What's up, Extra Butter listeners? On today's episode, we're moving into episode 2 of the Best Pictures Past of the Oscars, moving into Spotlight, a 2015 thriller crime based on a true story that some of you maybe know of and some of you maybe never heard of. So, excited to talk about this one. Got some ups and downs, got some takes that are relevant to the movie and relevant to real life. So excited to hear what you guys think about that. But Spotlight moves into slot number 2. We've got our gears to grind. Not a whole lot to give you, but I think a relatable topic for everybody to get behind. So make sure you guys listen to the beginning of the podcast for that. Oscars to give, a childhood hero. First time, I think probably first time mentioned on the podcast and some other things. Maybe a 2-time offender. We don't know. But the Oscars are going to be given out. And we have the brought to you first Would You Rather topic. Extra Butter Podcast. Book it. Copyright it. Would you rather? First time you've ever heard it. Third time you've ever listened to it on the podcast. Would you rather topic based on movies alone. Movie categories, as always, it's what we do. It's what we do best, and probably what we do worst as well. So, Oscars, gears, would you rather, and a Best Picture movie delivered to you tonight. Find every episode on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And guys, drop us a like, subscribe, comment. Let us know. We want to hear from you. We say it every week. We want to keep saying it. Instagram. Every update, every movie at the Monday or Tuesday, depending on when our social media guy, decides to post it. And Fridays when we drop the podcast or X, everything happens on X, where you are the media. We're live there, and TikTok's up and running. Got a lot of good feedback there, a lot of views, a lot of comments. Clips are made by our producer, Critterbugs. They're electric. You got to see them. So TikTok, X, Instagram, we want to hear from you. We want to know what's next. But for right now, it's the Best Pictures Past series, episode 2 Spotlight. Critter, roll the tape.
Extra, extra butter on the corn for me. Extra, extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.
This is episode 46, and I know the pre-pod conversation didn't lead to too many gears. Mine's not very big. I think we can all relate. Most everybody that listens to us can relate. Just a shitty day or a shitty week of work. Just a everything that could go wrong. You even have things that could go right that you're like, you know what? This week sucks, but at least I got this in my back pocket. That flops, and then you just got to finish out the week. It's just a grind. It just stinks.
And I don't care. To have 5 bad days too.
Well, and I don't care what profession you're in. Like, you can have a shitty week of work no matter what. You can have things you're hoping for even in a bad day, and they all just snowball down the hill, and it just stinks. It's really there's no extension to a shitty week at work. It's just a shitty week at work.
Here's a question for you, Brennan. Does a shitty week lead to a better weekend?
I think I think it depends on who you are. I think it makes the cold beer taste better. It makes it hit a little
on the job too.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a server, like, you might get one day off. I guess that's kind of getting into the weeds of it.
Yeah, and then your weekend is like Monday, though, so it's like it all correlates. But, yeah, I mean, the weekend, I guess it depends on who you are, because you can – I have been this person. I think we all have. There's still times where we all are, but if you let that carry into your weekend, then it doesn't feel any better. Plenty of times I've done that. I'm not today. Work week's over. Hayes in the barn. Hayes in the barn. Have a couple days off.
The hay might be on fire in the barn.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah.
there.
Not my barn.
Chat with the boys about a movie makes life a lot better. And by all means, life didn't stink. It just work
Right.
sucked. That's what it is.
My
Yeah.
workflow is like highs and lows. So everything will just be going smooth. You're getting like files cleaned up, and then it's bang, 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 bang within 2 to 3 days. And those weeks are, for me, is just like you just get ground into little like sand pebbles, man. It's the worst.
The best part is when you've got people that you like, when you really give a shit about the people you work with, you got good people around you, and you can just like, you just pepper them all week and you're just laughing about it. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm pissed.
Dude, the workplace
Hey.
definitely
Oh,
is important into having a bad week versus
I think
like
it's cool.
every day is awful.
I think it's cool that all four of us have something like, I wouldn't say drastically different, but like very different. We all do different things. I will say working outside can really help or really hurt that mood.
Yeah.
Because in the summertime, I mean, you could be having a shitty day and it's 75 and sunny. And it's like, hey, I'm just working outside. This is nice.
yeah.
Or you could even be having a good day when it's 20 below and wind's whistling up your butt.
Or when you're driving and your truck breaks down, you know? Like
But in the same breath, though, Trev, even those days, it's like you could still look to the guy next to you, and you're just like, "Oh, this fucking sucks."
You know,
like-
what really helps is working with your dad and your brother, and you can go,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
this sucks."
But even if it was like I've obviously I don't work with family, but like good friend, like became good friends with people I work with, and something just kicks you in the balls, and then the next hour you get kicked in the balls again, and you're just texting a group chat, and they're feeling for you, but then you can laugh about it. It's like, yeah, I'm fired up and I'm pissed off and I hate this. I hate everything about it. But then we're just texting, laughing. Like, well, you know, like,
Get him next time.
it's like your own
phone
little
call.
world detached from everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
you can leave it all behind, and the people you're bitching to understand it. You don't have to explain
yeah.
shit. Like, dude, it's just a shitty
you
day.
have to have
Feel for you,
something to
man.
look forward to. If you don't have anything to look forward to, like getting home to game or watching movies or doing the pod or something, if you don't have that, that is where it can spiral into bad days, turn to bad weeks, to bad months,
yeah,
to you're hurt.
yeah,
I will say it's kind of a good point, Trav, because the thing about the PC in the box, it's not going anywhere.
No.
You don't touch it for a week, it turns right on. You play it for a week, still works. Go on vacation, come back, still there. It's on your schedule. It's on your time, right? And that's the decompressor.
and they're not going to quit making games.
No.
They're not going to.
They're only getting better, man.
Yeah.
We're still going up. We're at
Yeah.
the tippy top of the mountain. We're
What
only
a-
halfway there.
What a hobby that gets shit on, but at the same time, like people that don't game don't understand.
No.
It's blown up so much too.
There's always
It's
a new
crazy.
game. There's always a game you can go back to that becomes more fun when you get back into it. Like you can't lose it. It's like you just enter a new world when you get the headset on, and even playing by yourself.
I disassociated the other day. I was playing with, I think Brian was on. We were just chatting Discord. I was doing Wreckfest. I was trying to get that 40 seconds. I was locked in for a good 3 hours. And Mads gets home, looks at my eyes are just bloodshot from just staring at the screen. But guess what? I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was trying to
Time
get under
doesn't-
40 seconds.
There's
Nope.
no concept of time during that.
Yeah.
Like you look at
Yeah.
your phone. Like the amount of times I've looked at my phone, like, and it's like 1, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Like I need to go to bed. I got this to do tomorrow,
It's-
whatever.
the
So-
Saturdays always get me because I'm like, I'm gonna get this shit done today. And I'm gonna play a game real quick. You know, I gotta warm the sticks up before I get going, and then it's like 6 hours later. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean it sucks, but find a
Little
hobby.
tangent.
Find a hobby. It's
Yeah.
like separate your fucking work life from your personal life. A lot of people can do that. A lot of people can't. You got to appreciate what you got, and
You gotta work to live and not live to work.
yeah.
Are we going into Oscars? Anybody got a gear? I could roll right into Oscar.
We can, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of hobbies, I've been selling a lot of sports cards recently, and it's
Wheeling
turning
and
into-
dealing.
It's
Buying
turning into
it.
yes, I've done a lot of buying, and now I'm actually selling,
Yeah.
and it feels really good to be able to just run down,
Feels
down to
really
USPS.
good to get money.
run down to USPS, slip them into a little mailer, and ship them out, and just watch the eBay account go up. It's a lot more fun to do it on that side versus spend, collect. But
Right.
this is kind of what I've been doing this for like the last year of just collecting cards. I mean, super random shit: baseball, basketball, football. But it's a lot of fun.
Do you get them insured?
eBay automatically insures them to a certain
Okay.
extent, depending on the value. It's pretty cool. eBay has an AI too, like listing something. Take a picture of the front, take a picture of the back. It like does the full description, what it's graded.
Oh,
And it'll even tell you
that
like,
is nice.
what that's been sold for on eBay before. It gives you a range. Like, do you want to try for the higher side? Do you want to try on the lower side and try to get rid of it? So it's pretty cool.
Did you ever? Have you even considered getting rid of those helmets?
The Vikings one, no. But I did get a Falcons one that I am selling on eBay if you want it.
I don't, but
Penix Jr.
yeah, I don't. But I appreciate that because when I buy,
those are
I-
crazy, man.
I usually buy breaks and I don't play the smart game. I play the man cave game of like,
Just Eagles.
yeah, and
Yeah.
anything I get that's good, I'm like, it's never going anywhere.
Right.
I just want to try to snag something for cheaper than what I could pay for it. But yeah, no, I love cards. I mean, I grew up on fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, man. I grew up opening sports cards, and you didn't know the value of anything back then. But the fact that it's kind of within the last probably 5 years,
It's
I don't know,
so
like,
huge now.
so big, and that's my problem is I'm not looking at it from the business perspective. It's like I just want the coolest Eagles shit I can get and have it forever.
That's how I feel about Legos. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never sell any of these.
You-
I don't keep
you
the
can do a
boxes
bit of
anymore.
both, though.
Like,
You can do a bit of both. Like I have a lot of Vikings cards that I'll hold on for a long time. Like that Jefferson Kaboom. I've been looking at the comps for that thing. I'm gonna get it graded, and somebody sold it on auction. I think it was a month ago for $6,000, and somebody's got it listed for like 15 because of the Panini license. I don't know if you guys know what Panini is. It's like a business that
sandwich.
makes cards. No,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
No, it
It
is.
is. But not the one I'm talking about. It is.
That's a
Yep.
fact or fiction. That's a
That's
fact.
fact. But their license is done, so they're going to go to Topps for the NFL cards. So a lot of their older cards or newer cards that won't be continued are going to go up in value. So it's just cool to watch. It's almost like stocks.
Just cardboard.
It is.
It really is.
You know what I mean? Like, cardboard.
It is stocks, though. It is stocks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Each card is a different business, and you're investing by
Like,
having it.
For example,
I can't
let's
see
see
that,
it.
Trav.
can't really see it, but it's a Quinn Ewers 1/1 flawless. I don't give two shits about Quinn Ewers, but I know this card has value, and I know a Dolphins fan or a Texas fan.
I am a Texas fan.
Do those cards come in those
Take it easy on
cases,
Quinn.
or
Take
do
it
you
easy
have
on
just a stack of cases?
That
behind
card's
it?
also not going to go up in value because he's not going to be good in the NFL.
Right. I'm just saying a lot of people, Brennan. I'm not talking about you.
Who the fuck cares about Quinn Ewers in the NFL? Nobody.
No, it depends on if you break with people, they'll put them in the card cases and shit like that. They'll do it for you, or
Oh,
you
okay.
just buy them. If you're opening it yourself, you can buy those cases.
Well, that's what that's what I want to know, because I would just buy like 100 of them.
Now, if something's graded,
Just in
you send
case.
it to PSA, like determining the value and the quality of the card, they'll put it in there for you.
Now, do you know of the It's Magic the Gathering. It's the One Ring, the Rule them all that Post Malone bought for like $1 million something dollars. Yeah. Is there any sports cards of that value? I would assume so. Like,
oh yeah,
that question makes me sound like it's not in the realm of possibility.
Some,
I would assume so.
1900s baseball cards.
That's crazy.
They're really not even cards. They like just made little stamps basically out of them that are tens of millions.
That's
the baseball cards don't do very well nowadays as much. Like Shohei probably would, but like the Mickey Mantles and the Lou Gehrigs and the Babe Ruths, like those old cards, those motherfuckers sell.
Like rookie Kobe auto, like patch autos in probably 20, 30 years are going to be worth so much money.
Yeah.
You know. But it's just been fun.
It's a good Oscar. I need to get into it more. I have the kid in me of always wanting just cool cards and keep them, but
the cards you could never get and you always wanted.
It's like I just do all the breaks instead of just like buying a box, and just seeing what I pull. I've done it once. Didn't get. I got some. The one time I did it, I ended up the best card I got was a 6 out of 10 AJ Brown. So I'm not gonna sell that.
Right.
So
I got 120 packs coming my way for Magic from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set.
The new
like
set, yeah.
a week. I was like, it's coming out 4 days before my birthday. Fuck it. It's I guess it's not doing well like popularity wise, but dude, the turtles. Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, the turtles are sick. To have those as Magic cards, I don't even give a shit about the quality. Like, just to get a couple cool ones is all I need.
Hell yeah.
that is fun, I think.
My Oscar goes out. Mine's kind of quick. My Oscar goes to my McDonald's lady. I think she's off 2 days a week. I almost got it down.
I think that's
this is
Oscars.
It is. I have to, because the other day she stops me. She's the one who hands the food over. She's like, wait a second. Comes back, puts an apple pie in the bag for me, free of charge. And if that's not Oscar worthy, I don't know what is. Because
who knows what she did to that apple pie?
I watched her the whole time. She put it in the bag. Brennan talks about bad weeks. That'll make your day.
Yeah, that'll save the whole week. You can always look back on that. I haven't had an apple or cherry pie from McDonald's in so long. Those things
I've never had one before. Not that I can recall of having one. Really good.
We used to go, me and you. I don't know if you were part of this crew because you were Try Hard Geese back in the day, but we used to go.
Still am.
To McDonald's after school before basketball games.
Yeah, I just never got the apple pies.
Oh, I always got cherry pies.
Yeah, no. That's when. What do we have? We had a eating contest, didn't we? It was like 40 McNuggets, 2 large fries,
50 nuggies.
Yeah.
Me and shout out Grant Billmack. Me and Grant Billmack took that home. Dominated that challenge. 2 large fry, 50 McNugget. Like 10 minutes, not even. Unbelievable pace. I don't know if I could do that now, but it's a good Oscar. You might as well go. I got 3 that I've got written down, so if you got something.
Mine's going to go to that new car smell. Your boy got a new whip on Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
What you get?
Yes, splitting it with Lindsay, and it's mostly her car right now because I have a company car, and I just drive down to Denver with that. So,
dude, people with company cars are the luckiest motherfuckers.
It is pretty nice, although it's probably only got a few more years on on the old odometer. But still, regardless, I don't have to worry about insurance on it, car payments on it, which I don't think we do either because it's 2016. So, but I got a Honda CRV EXL from one of my clients. So it's that. May not be that. I'm pretty sure that's the same blue color. I just was trying to find one. Of course, the one that was on the website is already gone because you boys got it. But yeah, just that new car smell.
Yeah, and then it sticks to your clothes a little bit too.
Yeah.
So it's like the next time you
Pieces sitting
you have a
there,
jacket
like-
on, and you throw that same jacket on, and it's kind of just what's the word I'm trying to think of? Cologne.
Fixed.
It's like a
Cologne.
cologne.
There's a few of those smells, like new car, new shoes, a couple of other things.
Oh,
And
new
there's a
shoes.
specific
New
one
shoes is
that
good.
Tanner and I love when we're out in the field. And whenever you open up a massive inverter on the solar field, they have all this, like, everything needs to be protected. So all the rubber and everything is like coated and everything. So when you open that, it has like a new car smell, but it's more like rubbery. That smell is just I could just waft it. I don't know what it is. It's probably terrible.
I was just gonna say it'd probably kill you.
I love my two.
Smells frying your brain cells.
Always
Travis
loved
getting
always love the smell of an Expo marker and a Sharpie.
Oh,
An Expo and a Sharpie, those are not good for you, but man, give me all of it. Give me all of it.
the Expos,
Oh,
was it
especially if
Expo?
like
Or what company did the scented markers?
I don't know that. The Expos are the
Oh,
most
yeah.
popular.
Expos are the best, but the scented
But dude,
ones.
a fresh permanent marker.
It's like, yeah, these are scented. They're safe for kids. They're probably just getting kids high.
Sharpies.
They-
We all
Sharpies.
have- we all
There's
have
like
autism now.
there's like kids purposely trying to do that.
No need to scent them.
Good Sharpie will just get you going.
That was Brendan huffing a Sharpie if you are watching the YouTube video.
Highlighter? Highlighter, anybody?
Don't know the smell of a highlighter. Don't have one next to me.
Doesn't have anything.
Oh, I do. Hold on.
This one doesn't have anything.
This is also a Sharpie.
This is not where I thought the Oscar was going to lead to.
The
No,
highlighter's
I don't
got
get nothing.
specific. It's
This
got a
thing's pretty
specific.
dead, but
Yeah,
I
mine's
tried.
dead too.
Yeah, no, new car smell. Shout out new car smell. I have 3 written down. Might as well go through them all. The first one will be easy. Speaking of smells, just a good. I've done a good pen before. I don't think I've done this before, but how about a good candle?
Oh,
Yeah.
My wife's a
We're getting
buyer.
into smelling things again.
My wife's a buyer, and like we could just get candles.
What else is on your desk, man? what
Yeah,
else can we
right.
smell there?
They can.
Let's try the cappuccino velos right here. My wife's a buyer, so a lot of anything that's even remotely damaged, she can just take for free. So we get a ton of candles. We have a drawer in our kitchen just full of candles. I love candles.
that's
anyway.
true.
This one's like a Christmas tree, like natural fir. I actually have the box right here. Fragile
Natural fur.
Fraser fir arrow. That's a tough word for me. Aromatic. How do you say that word? Aroma.
Aromatic?
That's how you
aromatic.
pronounce it?
I think it's
I have no
aromatic.
I was gonna say, I think it's
Aromatic.
Yeah, it's aromatic.
No, the word is
Let's
aroma.
listen to Geese.
Aroma, yeah, but
Pronunciation.
no. Yeah, hey, turn around. Let me read it.
But it is just
Yeah, isn't that Fraser fir aroma candle?
aromatic.
Aromatic? Did I just fuck that up? That's crazy.
It smells like a Christmas tree, so not
Said
the
it
right.
right without reading it, and then reads it. It says it wrong.
Bro,
It's not the right time of the year, but I literally opened the box and I was like, "This is my candle. I'm taking this to my room immediately." She also got like a 30-pack of seasonings, which we won't go into, but fired me up too. Like the big,
You should smell it.
smaller seasonings, but they're all cool flavor. I'll pump about that too. But got the Fraser fir Christmas kind of candle, like evergreen almost. Like I know it's called Fraser, but unbelievable smell. Good candles, can't beat them. Next one goes to Punch the Monkey. Have you guys paid any attention to Punch?
I've only seen a couple clips. Poor
Punch.
guy.
Not a whole lot to report, but cute monkey.
oh, is that the one that got abandoned?
He's got friends now.
Yeah, no, he got adopted,
Friends in the low
but
place.
it was the orangutan stuffed
No,
animal.
he's not an orangutan. He's the
No, no, no,
big nose.
Oh, wait, who is this?
Or he's a macaw
He's a
monkey.
cock.
Yeah, he got a He was attached to the zookeepers, and then they gave him a plush toy that he always carried around.
Yeah,
and started
it's an
protecting it.
orangutan.
That is not an orangutan. Punch is not an orangutan.
I know.
No, the stuffed animal
stuffed
is.
toy is.
Oh, I thought you were talking
That's
about
what-
Punch.
No.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Also, if you Google Punch the Monkey, just go. Everybody go right now and Google Punch the Monkey, and then just hit enter, and just watch the screen. All those listening also try this out.
Can we screen share there?
Punch the Monkey. He's just a little guy. Got bullied a little bit from the older group of the Mackays.
Oh, dude, he is getting beat up.
He's got some pals now.
Oh hell yeah!
That's his plush toy. He's actually let another monkey touch it, but he used to be attached to the zookeeper. Now he's on the plush. Now he's got a couple older monkeys in the tribe looking out for him. So he's coming up. Punch is coming up. If you're not consuming Punch content, I'd be shocked if you haven't seen it. But Punch the Monkey, dog. Remind me.
Saw a Big Cat tweet calling Punch. He might be a tyrant because there's like Punch is deciding who gets to eat today.
Yeah, he was like attached to the zookeeper trying to protect the food. Yeah. And then, like he reminds me of Moo Dang. And then now there's Jelly Bean, which is another new pygmy hippo out in Arizona. Love the animal content. Keep it coming. Final Oscar goes to the childhood hero, more so maybe high school guy, Kevin Durant of the Houston Rockets. Now the sixth highest scoring, most points of all time in NBA history at 32,000. Passing, can't remember who, doesn't matter. He's going to pass. He's probably going to end up at 3 or 4. He's going to pass Kobe. RIP. He's going to pass, I think,
Probably MJ.
Karl Malone and MJ are the next two. Karl Malone's a little bit further out to get to 3, but MJ's in front of Kobe. So MJ and Kobe are up next. But always been a KD guy. Always been a Rockets fan. Thank God we finally got him. Reed Shepherd. I don't want to get into Rockets talk, but that team could be good. Fred VanVleet. Wish we had him. But KD, man, he's become a troll. He's become the burner account guy. Watched him the other night. Had a bet on him to, 35-plus points, rebounds, assists. He dropped 40. So he covered the line with his points. Past whoever. Sorry, no disrespect to whoever was previously number 6, now number 7 on the list. Kevin Durant, top 6 all time in points in NBA history. Would love to see him win another title outside of Golden State.
Good luck.
Don't know if we'll get it. If Fred VanVleet was healthy, have a shot. Reed Shepherd's coming on strong. Reed Shepherd is a dog. And if you don't know Reed Shepherd, find out who he is. But
Dirt
KD,
from 6 to 7.
6'7". KD, man, that's my boy. Good Oscars. Getting to the new segment, the Would You Rather segment. Again, original idea from Extra Butter Podcast. All movie related thus far. The Would You Rather for the day, boys. Whoever wants to jump in first. Would you rather have to escape death in Final Destination or Saw? First thoughts.
I feel like it has to be, I guess not has to be, it's obviously opinions. But Final Destination, I feel like is maybe more successful chance to survive. Just it was Saw. It's like you're tearing your body apart to get a key in your lungs or some shit. Where like Final Destination, I don't know if you can even escape some of that unless you have the foresight that the one character has. So I don't know.
What did you just? I don't think I got what you preferred there. I think you just.
I prefer Final Destination. I think
you would prefer to try to survive Final Destination over Saw.
Yeah.
Okay. The way you you described.
Yeah, I don't know. I started going, and then I started thinking about the other one, and I just kind of just went off.
I'm with you, Geese. I think Final Destination, you at least feel like you have a chance of like at least figuring it out and trying to correct the order or just playing it safe. Whereas, Saw, your jaws wired shut and you gotta cut into your stomach to get the key,
and more than likely it's someone that you directly know across from you in the same situation, man, and one of you has to die. Like but on the other side, Final Destination, a screw comes loose and you lose and you're dead,
and it's a shitty way to die.
But that would be quicker than dying in Saw. Potentially.
True.
Yeah, I completely disagree with both of you. Final Destination, you are going to die. Like that is your final destination. That's the whole point of the movie. In Saw,
the whole point of the movie is cheat death.
The whole thing in Saw is like you are in trouble, but you can get out of that. Like Final Destination is anything you do in your day-to-day life, you have to be worried about. Saw, you're captured, you're in big trouble. It's set up for you to die for sure, but Final Destination is literally everything that you do could result in your death.
Right.
And you're going to die.
I guess it kind of depends on the trap. I think it depends on the trap. Because if you get an easier trap, cut your hand off, I feel like that's a pretty easy decision to do.
I don't know. I think I'd rather give my luck to Final Destination and cut my hand off.
You're going to go through
At least
more.
you see it coming. With Final Destination, you just don't see it coming.
Yeah.
You're paranoid.
Yeah, they'll collapse an entire building to kill you. Like,
cook something in the microwave. You can't even cook food because you're afraid it's going to explode in your face.
In this scenario, in the Final Destination world, do we know the people in the order?
Ooh,
that's
I feel like if we're putting ourselves in Saw and you're guaranteed to be part of the game, then you have to be part of the premonition and Final Destination.
And like
they always die in that, so that is pretty much guaranteed death.
There are people that have escaped both in the movie's franchises, but in Final Destination, the longer you cheat death, it's never going to stop. Like your whole life.
Right.
In Saw, if you get out, they might come back for you, but you do get out, and then you're kind of, you're going to live with the stress on having to do it again or the PTSD of being involved. Final Destination, you're not. There's no PTSD. It's just always forever.
Out of the woods.
Yeah, you have to make that.
You are.
What was the latest one where she was, in like a fortified structure and everything? Like you're OCD about everything. Because like one small different tweak to something is going to light your gas line up and you're dead. Whereas you're kind of one and done with Saw. You get it done and you're good.
See, I don't agree with that either because I think in Final Destination it's more. I think the deaths are more excruciating in Saw than they are in Final Destination deaths are brutal, but they're pretty quick. Saw, like you said, you might cut off your hand, then get to the next room and have to cut off your leg.
That is true.
And
I don't know about being quick. The tanning bed scene, the first Final Destination.
There's some bad ones, man.
That was not instant.
There's some bad ones.
Yeah, that's true. They're not always quick. That is a good point. And the new one, the guy that gets sucked into the.
Not a bad scene, huh, Trev?
What is that song, dude? What is that song? I'm trying. Final Destination 3 is when that happens, and the thing falls off the top shelf. All bullshit happens. They're jamming music, and then a wooden bar falls off the top and locks both tanning machines in, and they can't get out, and they get torched. But I can't remember the song that's playing on the top of my head. But yeah, not a bad scene for the male viewer, or maybe the female viewer. It gets bad.
Love Roller Coaster.
Roller coaster.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the song. But yeah, that's a brutal one. Neither are ideal. I'll say that. But I do think that Final Destination is a guaranteed death, and Saw is guaranteed injury. Therefore, give me Jigsaw.
fair
I
enough.
think I'd take Jigsaw.
I'm sticking with my Final Destination.
It's back-to-back weeks. Geese has opened it up and then
He's really good at making an argument. That's not my fault.
I mean,
Great.
it would suck.
I'm with Brendan.
Crazy.
So now it's 3-1, 2 weeks in a row.
Literally
against
2
Trav.
weeks in a row against Trav. Trav has stood firm. Geese has
I'm
flipped
fighting
on him.
dinosaurs in the Final Destination.
What? What did? No, we were all dinosaur people. You were not.
Oh, right.
But what? I guess what is your like? Thesis is a bad word, but your final statement on why you would take. I'm going to live in Final Destination.
Well, I'm making this decision based on the fact that I know the order, and I know how it gets solved of like cutting the order or like cutting the line. So I'm like trying to play that game, as sick as it is.
But do you know that like if it skips you and goes to Chris and they kill Chris, it comes back to you?
I do, but I think in this scenario, we're not talking get stuck. We're talking escape.
There's no escape in Final. That's my whole point. Is like you can
Everything
escape
you do,
Saw, you can't escape Final Destination. All those people forever. If you skip death or you cheat death, when the list comes to an end, it goes back to the top to clean up all the shit turds trying to take an extra base on you. That's why we got the janitor throw. And you're next. Like you're not out of it because you cheated the first time.
Just keep cheating.
All right.
Brendan's gonna come out of like Saw with like 0 arms and like no nose. I'm still alive.
And I'm just dodging
Yeah.
semi-trucks.
Yeah.
Cav's living in the middle of Wyoming.
Brendan's like a Saw champion. Just
With a
keeps going
blanket.
back in.
A snowflake makes it down
adrenaline
his chimney that freezes the pipes. You know, that's
We're
what
getting
you're
to the
looking
point.
out for, man.
We're getting to
those
the point
tiny
I can get a
details.
robotic arms and legs and just be right back at it. What
Kevin,
then? How
still
you
game.
gonna hurt me then?
Yeah.
How you gonna hurt me then?
Yeah.
Cut off my metal arm? Sure, I'll get another one. I'm coming at you, Jigsaw. Horror movies are fun to talk about, though. There's a lot of different topics we can get into there. But we've got another Oscar movie, another Best Picture movie to talk about. This week's Best Pictures Past episode is going to be Spotlight, the 2015 winner of the 2016 Oscars. Thriller crime movie starring a absolutely loaded cast. I don't think any of us had ever seen it. I don't know if I've ever heard of it. Oh, Crit, you've seen it before?
Oh, multiple times. I love this movie.
Wow. Okay, so we had to have somebody seen it. Trav, first time or?
First time.
So 3 first times. One, loved this movie, seen it multiple times. 2015's Best Picture movie of the 2016 Oscars Spotlight. I was going to name people in the movie, then I remembered that it's a billion people that are pretty solid in this one. So, Trav, give them the quick synopsis of the film.
Really locked me in this movie. Just, I had no idea what it was about. I don't know if we talked about it last pod or whatever. I just wanted to watch it. Got 15 minutes in. Topic just hooked me. It just hooked me. The fact that we're talking about taking down some sick people and how we're going to do it through a little four-person crew in the Boston Globe, that is sick. The whole movie's about finding some dirt, a lot of dirt on the old Catholic Church in Boston, and a lot of different ideas of how to do it, how quick to do it, where do we find the evidence, How do we use it? When do we write the story? Like Brendan was saying, loaded cast. I just caught myself watching this movie with little moments from each actor just being like, this is a perfect role for them. This is a perfect role for her. Perfect role for him. And didn't seem too long. I think it was, 2 hours?
2 hours and 8 minutes, I
2 hours,
believe.
8 minutes. It felt like an hour and a half.
9 minutes.
2 hours, 9 minutes. Felt like an hour and a half because you're locked in. But good movie. Highly recommend it. There's a lot of noise going in the background. Got the girls in the background enjoying themselves, playing some card games. Yeah, great movie. I liked it. Didn't understand like going into it what it was. Definitely exceeded my expectations, and I understand why it won the award. So, Geese, what do you think?
Man, I made it about 10 minutes into this before I started Googling everything. I don't know if I ever actually heard of this, which is crazy for how big this is. And then for a movie to be like a biography, or, obviously it is a true story. They've gone into so much detail on this that there is very few scenes that did not happen how it happened in real life. And I feel like that's why it's so compelling. It was like you said, Trev, easily like number one movie for 2015.
I have a hard time with based on a true story movies because I think it depends on the story for everyone. So I go into it. I did not know. I was like you guys. I didn't know what it was about. I saw Thriller Crime. Was very excited. That's right up my alley. I think last week on the pod we read the quick snapshot, and I said to you all why this probably won the best picture. This movie created a new standard for me on Letterboxd in terms of how you rate movies and where that baseline is for like here's the middle of the road movie, here's the upper echelon, here's the the lesser movies that you enjoy. And this one created a new standard for me because I thought in my brain 3 out of 5 was kind of middle of the road. And in reality, the middle of the road is 2.5 because it's dead even. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. Movie was good. It's a 2.5. It's a 2.5. The movie was good. The actors were great. Everybody did a great job.
And it's a 2.5.
Based on a true story, movies are, do you give a shit about the story or not? Is the story important? Yes. Did I know about it? No. Do we joke about the Catholic Church and all this shit today? Yes. Didn't care. Didn't really care. Didn't buy in. I mean, it was a well done film. Not something I'd ever seek out to watch. So I'm probably the only person out of the four of us, based on Critter loves this movie. You guys just talking about it. Didn't care. I mean, I care about what's happened to people and children.
Right.
I care about making those people known and making the issue known. I care about what the story was. Didn't know about it. Movie helped me learn about it. Movie itself, I don't seek this movie out.
Why do you think it didn't grasp you? Was there stuff in the movie or about the movie that could
Is it because it's
grabbed you?
like a biographical drama that you didn't like it?
I didn't not like the movie. It's just that's why I think the 2.5 is the best baseline for a movie you liked, but like that's it. Like you're middle of the road. Like I didn't think it. I think that, and I think the letterbox ranking system that we'll talk about at the end, obviously, and give our ratings. I think 2.5 makes the most sense for the movies that you enjoyed. You would never watch again. You would never go see it. But there was nothing about it that made me dislike it. It was just a 2.5. Like, I would not, if I saw the trailer of this and I knew what it was about, I would never intentionally go watch it.
I think I'm leaning, like, I understand where your point of view is coming from, and I didn't.
Yeah,
really
no, I get
rate
that.
it. I think after last week, I agree with you. It was like there's a new baseline of like grading. Like Hurt Locker won Best Picture. Is it a 5? No. But does a Best Picture always deserve a 5? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I maybe it's just a collective of pieces of the movie that are good, and there's not just one thing of it that's stellar. You know what I mean? So thinking about what you're saying, I would lean towards a 3.5 for this movie, although I really liked it. There wasn't any like real shocking, like holy shit moments. There was
it's definitely
I really
like
enjoyed following it.
For me, it's a 4. So it's like just, for how I'm doing that is just if I liked it, it's a 4. It wasn't anything spectacular. But the fact that this actually happened, just a small group of journalists that some random guy, not a random guy, but the editor comes in and pushes them to do this. They interviewed the people that were like, this is about, and this movie is about as true to story as you can get because of the nature of the case that it is about. And for me, knowing that just increases, it's like, instead of reading the research paper, you're watching it. And that's what I enjoy about it.
A little bit of the nerdy stuff of it that gives you the satisfaction.
Especially for not knowing about it either. Like, I feel like that is a huge deal. But it is a small pocket compared to, the world or United States. But the fact that they were able to get this article out there and received up to 300 additional tips and just blowing the doors off this like massive cover up is insane. And then to still be going now, like, yeah, it's a different team, but like Spotlight still exists and they are, they're still doing an investigative reporting. And I feel like that's, in today's age, I feel like that's hard to find.
I'm trying to understand, and like I think I'm getting Brendan's point of view of everything, where like he's not disagreeing with any of those facts, but as a movie watcher, he wasn't blown away by it, or like it didn't really get you. Like you're agreeing that those aspects are cool about it, but it's not like, wow, it was a great movie.
Well, I can't change his opinion. I mean,
no,
I'm that point of it. So I wasn't arguing. I'm not
saying you were either. I'm just like understanding Brendan's point of view, and I think I'm getting it.
Yeah, I think I have an internal bias of, I think Best Picture winners, there's an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And this one fits the agenda. They all fit the agenda. Like, I've done the research on the last two, this podcast, last podcast, what other movies were nominated for Best Picture. This one didn't win any of the Big Five awards except for Best Picture. They didn't win Best Actor, Actress, Screenplay, or Director. They just won Best Picture.
That's rare, though, isn't it?
My point exactly.
Yeah.
Very rare. But why did it win? Because it's a movie based on the Catholic Church and a true story revolved around, child sexual abuse. The other movies, if you didn't look, one of them being Mad Max Fury Road, that won 6 awards that night, never had a chance to win Best Picture. The Revenant, Best Actor, Best Director, didn't have a chance to win Best Picture.
Both those movies are better.
1,000%. 2009, The Hurt Locker. The Hurt Locker wins Best Picture. The Blind Side was nominated. There's a lot of other movies nominated, but the Best Picture goes to The Hurt Locker. Best Director went to The Hurt Locker. What is the political tie or the hot button topic tie to The Hurt Locker? Hurt Locker was a better movie than this, not based on a true story, but based, pseudo to a true story that happens all the time. War movie, very behind the scenes, soldier driven, of what's going through their minds. Female director, first female director ever win Best Picture. All of the movies that are Best Picture winners have I need to do more research on it because it kind of pisses me off, and I think that is going to lead into what I think and what I know is going to win Best Picture here in 2 weeks when we do our live stream, and why we are deciding to do what we think should have won and what is going to win.
Yeah.
It's what drives me nuts. How do you win Best Movie of the Year and you don't win Best Actor, Actress, Director, or Best Original
Because of the star power, I feel like all the star power took away from everybody's actual like a lead role, whereas Revenant, like it's Leo.
It has nothing to do with the director and the screenplay.
Yeah, director. I think this rightfully so is nominated.
And the best director of this year, of this movie, this 2015 movie of 2016 Oscars, was The Revenant.
Were they nominated?
And the best screenplay went to The Big Short.
Who was nominated for Best Actor in this?
It was nominated. I'm sure it was nominated for all of them.
Okay, but I mean, to counter your argument, you're saying that they have to win multiple best of to be the best picture?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, isn't it
it's
odd?
Really odd.
I think you're onto something for sure.
It wasn't,
but
I
can see
Oscar.
this. I can see this movie.
That's
winning Best Picture, man. I mean,
for a long time.
That is incredible acting from multiple actors, and not multiple, but from multiple actors. Where, to Trav's point, The Revenant is Leo in the middle of the fucking woods.
Don't you think the best?
I think it's a better movie. Don't get me wrong, but
you think Revenant's better or this movie's better?
I will say Rotten Tomatoes.
I would say that Revenant 84. Is more of it's a more exciting movie, but I was hooked on this. Like it's a different genre, okay, so I feel like it's kind of hard to compare.
I know Rotten Tomatoes isn't much, but so this is Revenant's Rotten Tomatoes score. We obviously don't really give a shit about the critics. We care more about the popcorn meter.
78, 84.
It's going
78
to
critics, 84 to the popcorn.
84 with the people.
Yeah, shit.
97, 93 popcorn meter.
But I'm with you.
Again, it's all personal preference. I'm
with you, Brendan, that it just doesn't. It's weird. We're used to, if you win Best Movie, one of your people is winning one of those things, or you're winning the Best Director or whatever.
And here's my argument to that point of like
a little bit closer.
Oh, the star-studded cast and all this shit. Like, if you win Best Picture, don't you think the director or the lead actor or the lead actress,
lead actor, no,
or the screenplay, any of those?
There was no lead actor in this,
right? But
really.
That there's nothing to do with screenplay, or it has to do with director.
Cut that out.
Actor and actress is totally separated. I can agree with that. Actor and actress, push them away.
I don't think you always have
director and screenplay.
Brennan, we might have to restart our point here because I'm with you. I'm like side to side with you.
How many movies?
Point is, it's weird that the Best Picture didn't win any of the other ones. We can all agree that Best actress or actor.
It won original
wouldn't have won it.
screenplay in writing.
So 1-2.
It literally won for. So adapted screenplay was The Big Short here, and writing screenplay was Spotlight.
So Spotlight got original screenplay. Big Short got adapted screenplay.
Okay.
That helps. But
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. You guys, the larger point here, I'm not trying to argue
Right.
2016 specifically. The larger point here is, and I think I've made it maybe a couple weeks in a row, every Best Picture winner, maybe it hasn't been every winner ever, but our lifetime or the last 15 years that we're doing our wheel on is all related to some hot button or political topic. You don't have a fucking chance to win Best Picture for just a very good movie. Mad Max Fury Road won the most Oscars at that Oscars award nominate series. They didn't have a chance to win Best Picture. Why? Because it's a fictional make-believe world. Would any of us, maybe you wouldn't, maybe it's just me, I haven't seen Mad Max Fury Road. I know what Mad Max Fury Road is. I know the Mad Max franchise. Would I watch this movie? If I've seen them both, would I watch this one again? Or would I watch that one again?
You would watch Mad Max.
I'd watch Mad Max 10 times before I watch
But
this movie.
that is also you.
Correct. It's all personal preference.
Right.
Everything in movies. That's why I hate that Best Picture is
Yeah.
determined on
It's
this political category.
Making your
I mean, I would put this up with The Big Short. And I know we just mentioned that, and that's what made me think about it. But in terms of like
And they
historical events that they've turned to screenplays, like I could see myself rewatching this a shit ton of times, like I have with The Big Short. Like, I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
But before
Like,
we
kind of
did
with
this
you.
podcast,
I love both of those movies.
but before we
Big
did this
Short and that.
podcast, you never even knew what this movie was, and you've watched The Big Short multiple times.
Yeah.
It's personal preference again, up to you.
No, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But
I'm not
you've
trying
already
to like
watch that movie multiple times, and you've never even thought about this movie, but it won Best Picture.
right, but I didn't watch The Big Short because it won Big Picture. I watched The Big Short because that's something I'm interested in. I didn't know this happened. How am I supposed to look that up? Like, do I have to look up priests raping children
I think
I'm not-
I'm
not arguing.
Finally, Google does. All right, here you go.
It
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
It wasn't based on that or your personal preference. That's an outlier. I'm just saying, like, those movies were put up against each other, and you never even knew this movie existed.
Let me clear.
That's
that.
a good,
Let me clear
fair
that.
point.
Brendan is against the establishment of big movie, and I'm here for it.
I understand
I'm here
that.
Very.
I'm not
That's
arguing
the
that.
point of this podcast.
He's not arguing against you geese or against any other specific movie. It's just the fact that we have these big, crazy red carpet Oscars, and it seems like the best movie isn't winning.
No,
Again, but Best Actor, like Leo,
Yeah, no,
never won an Oscar, never won an Oscar, never won an Oscar, never won an Oscar, and then Revenant comes along, and that was like his chance, if I remember
yeah.
the timing correctly. Like
plenty of
that
chance.
was
But what's your point? With
right.
that?
yeah.
He never got it.
He like finally
You think
got
they
it.
just
Like
gave it to him.
I kind of think so.
That's fucking
I mean,
bullshit.
That's
okay,
bullshit.
that
I know
movie
I-
is good, but
it
he
is
should have
good,
got
but-
one for Titanic.
He should have gotten one long before that.
Easy.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
But
what
I'm
I'm
not-
saying.
I guess what
You think they just gave it to him for this one instead of Mark Ruffalo or Michael?
No,
Keaton?
Mark Ruffalo is not he got nominated for supporting.
I know,
actor.
but I'm just saying, like, you think they just gave it to Leo because it felt like it was time? No, because that movie was better than this movie.
I mean,
I think there's
You
more
have that-
argument
what
to
is it?
support
Matt
that. they
Damon in The
did.
Martian was nominated. The guy that played Steve Jobs was nominated. Whatever, the Danish Girl and Trumbo, like those were the nominations for actor in a leading role. I think I'm not saying he was given it, but like there was no leading actor in Spotlight. Everybody like played equal roles. So I don't. Yeah,
I think your point.
I still think
best actor.
Big Movie was going to give him this Oscar.
Bad. I think you taking the step of arguing this whole point on leading actor is a bad take because
everybody's take's bad too. Huh?
Actor and actress are completely removed from this argument. That's completely.
You literally brought.
But you were saying that it's
five. Those are part
they
of the
didn't.
five. That's why
well, you're saying it didn't win anything else, but it did.
I didn't.
And my position is, I understand, and I kind of think maybe not deserved, but that is a Best Picture movie.
So let me just read the 2026.
I don't even know if that's like a political thing either. Like, I don't know if that's really a hot topic.
I think you guys are losing the main thing of what.
What are they talking about, Trey? Well, no. Not geese. Hold on, Chris. What is he talking about?
I think they're taking your tone as like attacking anybody else's take, when in reality you are just.
No, that's what he does. He was targeting me.
He wasn't targeting you.
He's targeting geese.
After you made the point. I don't know.
Let me read for you the 2026 Best Picture nominees, and you tell me who you think is going to win.
Okay. This is fun.
And I'll tell you if you get it wrong while you're wrong, because I already know who's going to win.
What year?
This year. 2 weeks.
I thought you said
2 weeks. For some reason. Our Oscar nominees for 2026 Best Picture are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. What do you think is going to win that award in 2 weeks at the Oscars? Chris, I would love for you to go first.
It's One Battle After Another.
Why? Why do you think that's
not going to give you spoilers, but I don't know what was going on in 2016, but I don't know if that's my point. Like, I don't remember that really being a hot topic in like 2016 with like priests and children and whatnot. Like, it's always like.
Well, first off, One Battle After Another doesn't have anything to do with priests and children.
That's not what I'm saying.
In 2015,
it has. I understand what it has to do with. Okay, it has to deal with basically ice.
Why do you think
that's why?
Why do you think that movie's going to win? Is it because you think it's the best movie of the year, or do you think it's because it hits all the hot button political topics?
I've seen 1, 2, or I guess 1.5, because I still need to finish Frankenstein. I guess I've only seen 3 of them. I don't think it's better than I think it's better than F1, personally.
Okay.
Sinners is kind of a toss-up for me.
Yeah, and I think Sinners should win. I think Sinners also hits some hot button topics, but it's a horror movie with vampires. I guarantee you, capital G, One Battle After Another will win Best Picture because of what the movie's about, what it's hitting on, revolutionaries, modern politics. Like, that is why it's going to win. I promise you that movie wins Best Picture. I don't remember what won at the critics. I'm assuming it was that movie. But I guarantee One Battle After Another wins. And I guarantee Sinners wins more awards. That's what pisses me off. Sinners was I haven't watched the full movie. I'll get back to you. I don't want to say Sinners was a better movie. Maybe next week. I'll promise you right now, I'll watch One Battle After Another before our next podcast.
Go watch Begonia, too.
Those are the 2 movies. I think Sinners and One Battle After Another are the 2 clear choices for Best Picture. I think Marty Supreme will win a ton of awards. I don't think that movie has any sort of correlation to anything relevant to modern day hot button topics. So I don't think it has a chance. It probably, if I watch that one, I might say that deserves it. Geese has seen it. He might say that deserves to win. I guarantee you that movie's going to win.
To agree with your point, I'm looking up on Kalshi, the prediction site. What's your guess on the percent chance that One Battle After Another wins Best Picture?
It's over 50. Might be over 60.
89%.
Geese?
I was gonna say 80.
76% chance. The next is Sinners at 16%.
Yeah, it's not going to be close, and it's all because it's all politically tied, and that's why we do what we do in this podcast, is because I do not appreciate, and that's why I want you guys to understand. I'm not trying to shit on Spotlight, but I went in after it started and I understood what it was about. I already had the internal bias of I understand why this won Best Picture, and it was pissing me off. And I didn't even know what else was nominated.
That's what affects your score too, because it was already pissing you off. Right.
All of it affects my score, my opinion, my score. I did not enjoy this movie.
Right.
It just fired me up because I think there's an agenda to Best Picture. And when I look up,
I just don't know that it was a political hot topic in 2016. I think this kind of like shook it up. But it is now, but 2016, I don't know.
I feel like if you look up the eligibility and selection criteria for Best Picture, that will kind of
Geese read it for us. I ain't reading
that. Movie was based on events that happened in 2002. It was not a hot button topic at the time. They made a movie about it 13 years later. Like, all these movies are not based on, like, what didn't come out the same year this happened, which it couldn't have. But 2 years later, this movie, it's like, dude, yeah, maybe we didn't know about it. And, oh God, I care about, the Catholic Church and all this shit. I don't personally. I do, like I said at the beginning, I care about children's sex abuse. I care about corrupt bullshit. I don't pay much attention to all of it. Completely transparent, but this movie was not relevant in 2015.
Yeah, I would disagree.
Is this stuff still going on? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can make this movie again today.
True.
But
you could have made it 20 years ago from the movie too,
it just drives me nuts, man.
Craig, can you pull up that link I sent you in the chat?
While he's pulling that up, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is a exclusive invitation-only organization with over 11,000 members as of 2025, comprising industry professionals across 19 branches, including actors, directors, producers, and technicians. So there's a lot of people, but they can get influenced pretty easily.
If the majority won this movie, they're all voting for this movie.
If we think about it too, they're now required to actually watch the movies, which is crazy. Yeah, look, I think they nailed the accuracy on here.
Yeah.
On what?
On
this is the real person. This is the actor.
Yeah, actor versus real person. And Liev, is that how you say it? Liev Schreiber?
Liev Schreiber, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think nailed it. Outside of the beard, I feel like he nailed that. And then Stanley Tucci. I mean, this movie is absolutely stacked.
Yeah, it's a good cast.
And then the accuracy of everything they've did for it, I don't. I feel like it deserved.
It won Best Casting, and that makes sense. That's not a big five.
Yeah.
They did win Best Casting, and I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a movie I'd ever watch again. What's the fucking?
I get it.
Yeah. I think we leave this topic for the next two because it's likely going to be brought up as a hey, did this? Is it the same thing or did it? So
Every time I'm coming in guns blazing on
that's
this.
totally fair. And I think when we have our live stream, it'll be a really good conversation. Hope people hop in
And Critter will talk about Best Actor, and it won't make any sense.
Literally, you brought up Revenant.
Yeah.
That's because they want it. I was just saying facts. I wasn't arguing why.
And I was just, yeah, it's over and done with.
Why do we have to go back to it though?
Yeah,
that was a
Because
shot. No, that was a shot.
because we're going to go back to it next week when I shit on the fact that the movie that won Best Picture shouldn't have won Best Picture. That's the reason why we're going back to it. Somebody take it away. That based on a true story, 1976 Boston, didn't understand the opening scene at all. And then no idea what happened. Boston Globe offices in 2001. The opening scene was dog shit. No clue what happened.
The opening scene is it's a priest who molested kids, and the lawyer is there, and they tell him to basically make, sweep this under the rug. So it's giving you the context of what has been happening over the last 20 years plus, right? And then we get to the Globe and we find out they're the investigative journalists for the Globe called Spotlight. And what? I'm trying to make sure you understand
it felt like you took a second to think
yeah,
of that
I
name.
did.
And I'm like, they said that name. They said the name of the movie
so many times.
more than a lot.
I think we've said it on the podcast before. This one definitely takes the cake. The most ever said title of the movie ever.
Yeah, they definitely ham that up. But then they get the new editor, who is Schreiber, and he wants them to go after the Catholic Church.
Schreiber. Is that the actor's name?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah. Baron.
Yeah.
Baron the editor comes in.
Did you think he was like villain energy right away?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be suppressing shit.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't really have that big of a role. I mean, outside of the first start of it, he's only in there to be, oh, good job. Oh, where's that?
The first couple scenes though, like
the interview, his first interview, with Robbie, where he's just very like, oh, okay, and like super judgmental about it, made me think he was going to come in and like cause chaos, which was far from the truth. This dude wanted to find every dead body, where it was hidden, and blow it all out to the public, which, he gets some kickback from Robbie. I feel like I would too. Like you're kind of the guy in charge, and this guy comes in, starts ordering you around. Hey, you need to do this. I'd be kind of ticked too. And so that kind of got me thinking that Robbie was kind of in on it. Like, he's kind of reluctant throughout this whole film, but always pushing for the right direction. Then there's that little hesitancy. Then he pushes a little more. And then I didn't really question any of the journalists, but I felt some gray areas. And then that's when, is it Sasha?
Mm-hmm.
How do you say it?
Yep.
That's when she comes in and drops the paper off to him. Hey, this was from 1993. And it's like, the gears are starting to click. We're like, oh shit, he was still there in this position. Maybe not this position, but
he was new to it.
It was part of Spotlight,
mm-hmm.
and basically buried that story.
Yeah, I think it took till after I realized they were all on the same team, and like there was nobody really against anybody at the Globe for me to really lock in and be like, okay, they're actually going to go after the church here. But yeah, unraveling everything, I'm one of those people that gets locked into that, like trying to figure out like what's going to happen, what they're going to do. Are they actually going to get, however many people they're going to try to convict, or at least just get the story on them. But
Well, then it's like,
I can totally
what
see
about the
where people
repercussions?
get bored of it. I can see where people got bored of this movie.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's because it's more based on real life than trying to like entertain you. Like it's trying to tell the story of what happened, and like other movies that are based on, they take more liberties to make it entertaining.
I really liked Mark Ruffalo's character. I think he was my favorite of the movie.
I don't think it was close. I don't think it was
Yeah.
even close.
I forget what was his
Mark
something.
Ruffalo.
I think, yeah, I mean, he had the most screen time.
His name was Mike, I believe.
Mike, yep.
Savino
Resendez, Savino.
It just and Stanley Bucci, I believe, is the name. I love him.
Tucci
or Bucci? Tucci?
Tucci.
Yeah, I love Stanley
Yeah,
Tucci.
dude, he's a fucking dog.
The fact that the whole movie we got like the main. Every time you needed any sort of real information outside of Sasha, sometimes it was Mike and Tucci's character was Gary Enda, I believe.
Yeah, the lawyer or attorney or whatever.
That was the most entertaining part, like because those two were talking, like they had, like Gary Enda had the scoop because he was involved in the cases, and then Mike was the most go-getter,
like
reporter
actually
they had,
pushing to get it. I mean,
and he wanted
that's
to
not
do
true,
it.
but
He was assigned to
It
him.
takes
He had no
such
choice.
Good
He,
acting.
hold on, time out. Critter and I have beef apparently because he just shit on my take. Yeah,
No,
he
I
was assigned to it.
Did not. I just said he was assigned to it. He was the most important character for him to hunt down. So therefore, like that's.
But he was the most excited about getting on the case. Is what I mean. Like when Robbie came back and was like,
"Yeah,
let's do it." He's like, he was fired up. Like, yes, let's get in.
He was the one volunteering for it all too.
Yeah,
right.
That's
No,
what
I'm
I mean.
just saying, like him and Garindo, whatever his name is. Like he's like, yeah, go get him. He's like, oh, it's not the easiest, but all right. And he just that's where all of the information was. Like they were like the other two had to go to victims, and I don't know. That's why it led to a lot of screen time, and the most important character really of the movie was because he was talking to the most important.
What I like about that piece and like a lot of aspects of this movie of the true aspect and the fact that it's based on a true story is the writing and the acting unraveling like the interactions. Like that was one of them where you're like, oh shit, there's no way he's gonna get to him. And like the intensity of the scene where he's like, okay, this is actually a big deal. I have to let you chat with one of them. I have to whatever, just breaking him down, because I can only imagine in those days of no like early computer, you got to write down everything. You're a busy person doing all that paperwork, being an attorney, being a lawyer, and or a writer for any blog. So I mean, like they definitely threw in the true aspects of how busy these people were and how hard it was to get a hold of people and like gather attention from these people, and then to go into like the people at the church who were just snaky and like acting at its
Own
peak
everybody
is when you are like, I despise this person because of what they're trying to hide, you know. And I feel like we had a bunch of those type of people, and also like I really appreciate this person because of what they're trying to do. And I think at the end of the day, that list you showed of like the actor to the person, I feel like that epitomizes how this movie did. Like it was right on the money.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I hated that lawyer, Eric. Like he just
incredible actor.
Yeah.
Incredible actor. Eric McLeish, I believe, is what his name was.
Just that dickhead energy, man.
Billy Crudup. That guy is an unbelievable actor.
Small-ish role, but big time impact.
He stole every scene he was in, man. And you're just like, what is this guy gonna crack? Is he gonna like? His responses were just very attorney-like. And I know that might be easy, but to get that vibe of like obviously he knows something and he's just like can't talk about it.
Yeah. The layer of people trying to be silent about it or quiet, and people trying to dig it out too. I feel like it's very realistic. As much as we'd want to say like, oh, I'd spill the beans, but like the church is pretty huge and pretty important, especially in the
They're
East Coast. Boston.
Everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
They know what they're doing. Like they got the powerful lawyers, they got the powerful this, powerful that. But to see it be portrayed by these actors and how they did it, how it was written in, the lines, the scene by scene pieces, and I feel like there's really no soundtrack. There's really no need for music or anything. I mean,
no, I think it's more because that's that biography.
Yeah,
you know, you want the music isn't like for drama; it's more for like background noise, I guess, is kind of what I mean for it. But that's toning it down a little bit. Dude, the victims, like, while we're talking about acting, the victims, like, hand clap, you know, round of applause for them because they made it feel personal. And honestly, I think I don't know if this actually happened, but I feel like them extracting all these stories and information came a little too easily. You know, like this movie's only showing them when they're getting that information. There's a little scenes of, you know, obviously struggling to get in contact with the major players. But like, for me, the witnesses seem too eager.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, add a few more minutes to like kind of spurring them and convincing them to tell their tale, because man, it gets pretty gruesome.
Yeah,
like I don't want to hear
it would take too long. It would take too long to
yeah, and that's fair. That's fair. But like when they start going into like I like how he tried to use the toned down version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Sasha's like, no, like, we need to know what actually happened. We need all the details so that people understand, you know, what is molesting, right? It's like you put a general term on it, and then you can shape that into some obtuse form of what actually happened. So for them to actually get into the details and point blank call them out, especially in a film, like that is where, you know, that's where the appreciation comes in.
Well, I think, what was I going to say? The aspects of like the severity of what this topic was and still is, and I think always will be, those pieces of like how they moved their way up and how they got on leave and how they found all these documents and how everything was hidden. To some people, I think that's like really intense and like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening. Some people, I think it's just like, I already knew that. Like, it's very obvious that they did that. So I think that's another aspect that people can kind of either go one way or the other. Like, yeah, that's obvious, or I found it was very interesting to see how they did it. And to a writer's standpoint, but one thing I think they missed in this movie is the writing process. Although that seems kind of boring, I think it's very important to this movie and this topic of like this. The one thing that you're trying to get is one story, and I don't think they didn't touch 1 second on how he was writing it and what he was putting.
They had one little tiny scene where he tells him to correct a word, I think.
Right.
And I will definitely jump on that with you. I would have liked to seen I want to say journalistic, but like the journalist side, the process. It's like, yeah, you got the notes. Now you're talking about like what's that next step, and they never really got there. And another thing I will criticize it on is there was no like big reveal. Like what, halfway through the movie, you know there's 90 priests on it.
Yeah.
You know this is a huge scandal.
87.
87. So it's like there wasn't a really big shock and awe thing, especially, and I bring this up because at the end he circles all of them, like all, you know, the attorney friend, and obviously that makes sense in real life because you are searching for the facts of it. You have all these speculations, and then this guy is confirming to you, like that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
But when you turn that into a movie, you kind of see that coming.
Yeah. I think in and itself, the movie is the message and is the big like bomb drop. And we all know that some things happen, like some of these people get caught, but they just move up the ranks, and it's still the fact that the church is too powerful.
It was my
Sickening.
problem with the whole movie,
Sad.
Trav.
Yep.
It was my problem with the whole movie. We start with one guy, and we think about 13, and then they learn it might be up to 6% of all priests in Boston. It's like 90, and they get to 87.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my problem with the movies.
Well,
It's not the movie, it's the story. It's not my problem is not with the movie, it's with the
Yeah.
story. I think that's a big separation that needs to be made.
I think the point that's made by Barron is that it has to be the system and you got to take them all down. But I think where it still misses, like you got to, you have to set an example. And if you're just doing this, the whole system, and that's what it shows at the end of the movie is that Cardinal just moves his way up in Rome. Like they just move him over there. Nothing happens to him. It's like, yes, that's reality and that's what ends up happening. But, you know, if it were me in that situation and I'm writing about these, it'd be really hard for me. Like the intensity of the Mike scene where he's like, dude, like we have it right here. Let's go. Let's get this guy. But on the flip side, it's like, yeah, if you do that, they're just going to squash it. So like the game of chess that they've built over the last 1,000 years, 2,000 years of you know, Catholic Church, whatever that number is, I don't think anybody's going to take them down.
That's the part I like the most, is because, and it's in a sadistical way, I didn't like it, but the fact that we saw at the end of the movie that they moved him to one of the highest ranking churches in the world, in Rome, it just showed you the next level of, it goes deeper than what they even found out.
And they love it that much that they'll promote somebody for it.
And I don't want to jump to the end of the movie, but like, and we can joke about it when you go through the credit scenes. Peoria, Illinois was on.
Hey, Collegeville, Minnesota.
I was going to say, I'm sure somewhere
St.
near
John's.
you, like it was pretty much every place you can think of that has any presence of a lot of people was named on that. I didn't read it all. I just wrote down a lot of states, a lot of
globally. A lot of states, a lot of countries, and that's
it went deeper. When they thought they got the system, like they didn't get the system. The guy that pretty much they had point blank, he knew what was going on, just got moved to the highest ranking church,
promoted, pretty much
for doing the best cover up job of all time. So that's why I excuse myself from speaking a lot in this movie. And I think it again, and I think goes back to our first argument. And I will apologize to Geese and Crit for if we got our shit turned on. It's like, I think me personally, it's the reason I have a tough time with based on a true story movies is because I can't separate the movie from the story.
Yeah.
So when I think about the story, and especially in this case, the story to me just makes you pretty upset, drives you nuts. Very appreciative of the people of the Boston Globe that were able to turn this leaf over.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that like there are so many people today that think that this, oh, we got him. and I'm not an expert on any of this. I don't do any investigative journalism, investigative criminal reports. I'm not involved in the Catholic Church. Like, I'm not involved in this culture or life. I am Catholic. I don't go to church. Like, we'll put it all out there. But it just is something I can't disconnect, because once I know it's based on a true story and I learn the story, all I think about is the story, not the movie.
And that's totally fair. I think, yeah.
And
That's a good, yeah, no. I agree. I mean, I would say I'm pretty much the same to the degree of I'm more interested in the story than the movie. And like I said earlier, it's like I'm 10 minutes into this and I'm already Googling what happened, you know, finding out who these people are and how true this story is. So, like, but I put those together in my review because it's like without the story, you don't have the movie. So it's like them depicting it to the accuracy that they did. Like, I have to rate that higher because that's what it's about.
Yeah, we'll get into that for sure.
I don't.
Oh yeah, and
I don't think anything's lost either in the argument in the beginning of the pod or the statements of like the fact that
discussion.
It'll hold more weight because it has a political or geopolitical / cultural background to the movie. Like, that shouldn't affect anything. It's the movie. Did the movie wow you? Did the story wow you? Did whatever? And I'm with Brennan in the fact that it's like none of this wows you. The story itself may wow you and what happened, but acting's really good. Doesn't knock my socks off. Like, I'm going to watch that movie and be like, that's the best movie of the year. Whereas in any other award situation, that's who should win. You know, and that's what I think we talked about this 4 or 5 years ago, Brennan. That's what we wanted to do in talking movies and reviewing movies and whatever. And we're finally doing it, and it's starting to really piss us off.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's like and I've said it too many times. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I completely get it. It just, I don't go to the movies to watch this movie.
right.
If I was, but on the flip side, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, depending on the story, I might go to the movies to watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these movies are very 50-50 on, did the people care or know about the story, or did they not, or they don't care. It's, if they didn't know about it and they don't care, no one's going to watch it. If they knew about it or they care about it, they're going to go see the movie. And like that's where these movies draw that fine line. So I got to give credit where credit's due. If you make a movie as good as this one was, you might get people that didn't know the story or did not, or still didn't know it, also see the preview and don't care about it, and they still go see it. That is a big shout out to everything, the directors, the writing, the screenplay, the acting, the actors, all of it. But I think it's hard for me because I do ride that line of like, I would not have cared. I would have thought it was interesting. I would have wanted to look into it. I would never have gone to see this movie. It's just it's a unique, based on a true story movies. I think the two categories we've talked about the most on this podcast of being tough to rate or to decipher or to stay relevant, to be relevant now, are horror and comedy movies. And I think anything biographical, anything based on a true story, those are also in the same category. Because you're at a targeted audience and you hope to get people that had no idea this happened or didn't care that it happened, and maybe they think it wasn't true. Maybe the preview, I'm assuming the preview, I don't know, I've never seen the preview.
That was going to lead me, that leads me to my 2 points. One of them was like, if you had to create a preview for this movie, it's going to be misleading. Or it's going to be like, you know, it's going to be like trying to hook you in when it really can't. It would have to be cut and dry of like, you know, back in 2002, the Boston Globe, whatever. Like, you'd have to like dial it up that way, you know. But The second point that I was going to say is like, not specifically with this movie, but the Oscars example of like what should win, and just to make it a relevant thing that we can talk about or like easier to digest. Think about the MVP award in football.
Always goes to a quarterback.
Always goes to quarterback. It goes to your point, Brent. It always goes to political. It always goes to the thing that like, okay, the majority of people will at least kind of feel with this one. We're not going to go off the ledge with it or whatever. You know, like how many times does one win? Think about shout out Adrian Peterson, 2012. I think he was the last non-quarterback to win MVP. It took him to be within 6 yards of 9 yards of breaking the rushing record to get it. You know what I mean? So like that's the type of movie you need to make to get above and beyond that list and be, you know, to win it.
I think that's wrong. It's the same thing as the Heisman. It's like quarterback-driven award. I mean, shout out Devontae Smith, 2020 won the Heisman Award, non-quarterback. Figured we'd give a shout out to an Eagle if we gave a shout out to a Viking, but that was just a joke. But no, I totally agree, and this is what makes me want to give like our takes, even on the awards we don't know anything about them. Like, let's say the International Short Film Animated Movies Award the Oscars. Watch the trailer, all of us, and then we might have an idea. Because some of them are just politically motivated.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but every sport, we're all sports guys. We're obviously all movie guys. We have other interests, gaming, game of the year, like take some consideration into it. I think it's a broken system. I'll die on that fucking hill. I don't care. It's a broken system, and but again, I think it might not be in the same sense because it's all personal opinion, which is why, like you just mentioned, we did this podcast is maybe that's why you go to the movies. I want them to make a movie about 9/11. I want them to make a movie about Iraq. I want them to make a movie about the 2002 Boston Globe, 1997, figure out whatever discovery of the Catholic Church. I want them to make a movie about this stuff. I go to the movies to find out something fictional or to be awed by a screenplay and to be awed by CGI or to be awed by an action film. Like, that is what the beauty of movies is. It's art. Like, everything's art. Like, all of these things that we watch are art. Like, sports are an art to a certain extent.
True.
And you care about what you care about.
And it makes the argument even more valid, the fact that there's 11,000 people in this academy that are invite only. It's 11,000 people that are voting on these movies. And yet we still get the same line of political. Like, it just makes it seem like they're not necessarily voting on the best movie. And to Geese's point earlier, that they started, I think it was last year, they have to watch all the nominations.
I was just going to bring it up again.
Like, that's just happening? Like, how is that just
happening? That is a crazy rule. That they didn't have to do that.
It's like voting. It's going back to the NFL point. It's like voting on the MVP and not watching any of the games, or just watching Matthew Stafford for the whole year.
I got a crazy one for you here: turkey on white. No. How about voting for your president and you haven't watched a single thing they've ever done or listened to, or you know nothing about them,
or any candidate in general? And
we can do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's all the same. It's all the same. I want to talk more movie, and this is also kind of motivated by, does this actually happen in real life? And I think it does. When I flipped the page of my notes, second half of the movie, and Garbedian was basically like, he was able to make 14 of the sealed documents public, but the church does not want them to be found, and they were just gone again. That is power.
Yeah.
This movie speaks a lot of volume to power, and again, it's based on a true story, so it makes a lot of sense, but that blows my mind.
Yeah.
he has to file a motion just in order for him to hopefully get there first for a news article, because all these people are, it's a cesspool of news and TikTok and X, the everything app. Everything happens on X, which we're involved in. But like those things are like, if as soon as that action happens, all of these people have access to it. And that is from 2002. I know this movie's 2015, but that is a 2002 thing. We're 24 years later. I mean, it's a swarm.
And it's instantaneous now.
What reporter in the NFL or the NBA or the NHL or the MLB or the MLS or the Europa, the whatever fucking league you want to talk about, what reporter can get that information first and post it to the public? You get the most credit. Yeah, like that's a direct tie to that.
Mm-hmm. And it was released during, or maybe it wasn't, but it was during that 9/11 where they're trying to get a story, and he's like, "You got to be kidding me! You got to wait for me here."
And then they shut this whole thing down. It's like that's another thing. Is like this story is so massive, and like I did enjoy the fact that this movie moved through 9/11 because it's like that is the, like, you're in a media employer.
That's
that has to be your number one. That has to be your number one topic.
Yeah.
So they've got this case being built up for however long that 5 years ago they dismissed, and they're making all this headway on it. And then this happens, obviously, as we all know, 9/11, very, very, very traumatic event. You have to drop everything you're doing and report on this. And it's like, it's a tough job. I mean, I think most jobs for anybody, I don't care what you do. We talked about it in the Gears of Grind. Your job's tough. I don't care what you do. You're going to have shitty days. But, like, to relate it to the movie, it's like you were building this case for so long that we dismissed 5 years ago. It's basically buried, and you've dug up so much, and then 9/11 happens, a one-off of our lifetimes of the four of us. Yeah, that has to be reported. Yes, that has to be the main priority of the news. And you just have to pause on everything you're doing on this other story, and then that's when the documents get released and anybody's access to them.
I think
it's insane.
It definitely hit that early 2000s was like the last time of people really trying to bring out the truth in stories and going straight for the truth, facts only, and not having the whatever side you're on backed. Like here's my
really the start background. Of social media.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying, like, back then, you can see it in this movie that, like, their agenda was to figure this out and bring justice to people and, you know, make it right for the victims and everything. Whereas, like you're saying, Geese, the social media world of, and Brendan's point earlier of first to get the news out there. And how do I get the most clicks, likes, and stuff? Because that's how I make money.
Do you guys know when Facebook started?
2008.
Mark Zuckerberg, the social network, Jesse Eisenberg. That's all I got for you.
2004, Trev. Oh. So
what about Tom from MySpace?
Oh, MySpace was 90s, wasn't it?
Late 90s, maybe.
I don't really care. It was a joke.
I do.
MySpace wasn't as important.
2003.
But MySpace was the platform for all this bullshit.
Right. Well, again, you know, with social media and everyone getting instantaneous news and information, for these to come out like a year after this,
I think when these
to Trav's point, man, like
phones in your pocket, I think is really the main thing that blew that up. Yes, being on the internet and being able to look anything up at any time was huge for it too. But the phones have been such a problem. I don't know where they go from here. Like, try to redo this story in this movie in today's age. Like, say they didn't have anything on the Catholic Church up until 2008. Like, back in like the 90s, where in this movie they were trying to figure it out in real life.
They would have found out more. I feel like if this had happened in today's age, it would have been accelerated the investigation would be accelerated just from the ease of access to info. Like if you're, looking through files, like you can do a search command for keywords. Like that speeds everything up.
Hold on, Geese. Do you think it truly speeds things up for the betterment of everything, or do you think it just speeds it up for whoever gets it first, puts it out? There's no facts; they just spit it out. Because I think the problem, for the most part,
and I agree, and that's kind of where I was going with it, because it speeds up how you're able to find everything, but it also speeds up the time that it's in circulation in front of people, because you have like a week window to get people's attention, and then next week they're on to something else.
Think about how stupid the world of being a journalist is right now. I was legitimately thinking about going into journalism, going into college, just because I enjoyed writing and doing some of that stuff. Realized there's no money in it, and it's crooked and filthy and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a journalist today, the only way to make money is to get the thing that
everybody wants
and everybody wants to see. That is so.
The small stories don't get clicks.
Nope. You have to go to your local Facebook mom to figure out what's actually going on in your local.
Well, I feel like stories back then were not more important, but were treated more important, because you are picking up a physical item, and reading it. It's not just a screen, right? Oh, read that real quick. That takes 5 seconds. Close down. Mm-hmm. Like you have a whole paper in your hands that you are flipping to, and are, we'll say hyper focused on, because it's right in front of your face instead of everything else going on.
Yeah.
So it's like those stories get treated with like more respect, I feel like, in the older days than they do to, like, how much news do you watch today that it's like it happens all the time? But back then, you read that newspaper, like that is happening at a specific point one time, you are memorizing, and you hold on to it longer.
I can see there being more appreciation for something that somebody physically hand wrote, took weeks, did the investigation, cited their sources, all that, and then put it on a paper for the Sunday, versus a 120 character tweet.
Right.
That I read for 2 seconds and I scroll to the next one. So I think that's the problem.
It's in one ear, out the other. Like that's how the news cycles go.
You guys want to chat for another 4 days on how to fix that problem? I don't think it's happening.
No.
I could solve it.
We can make a social media platform where you have to put 600 character. It'll be like a blog, but cool.
You have to insert all of your sources.
If there was a social media platform where your post had to be 600 characters, I'd never read a word you said.
Exactly.
That's the.
I wouldn't read any of them.
That's the world. I would never be a member of that platform.
No, I wouldn't either.
It's the world we live in, dude. It's how fast, and that leads me to my next point. Is the headline of the story at the back end of the movie is church allowed abuse by priest for years. That's a pretty good headline,
and that is so important. If you miss the headline,
that's a tough headline to decide.
Yep.
That's a tough headline to. You've been building the story for however long, and you decide that's it. That's why I wrote it down.
Headlines are now, Brendan. You know what headlines are now on Twitter? The two red hockey lamps and breaking news. That's all you need.
No. My problem. Tap this to see Ana de Armas, and if you don't, you'll have bad luck for 2026. Like fuck you. Yeah. All the side rant.
Clickbait.
Tap this to see this female in a bikini for the 4 segmented pictures of this, or if you don't like Punch the Monkey, which I have liked a lot, you're gonna have bad luck. Like all the people just
and they're just engaged
doing the same. There's no original content, dude.
Right. Well, that's
Sorry,
what-
got sidetracked.
No,
But, like,
no, you're
That's a
you're
good point. There is no original content.
the women in bikinis or in whatever dress and 4 pictures segmented, like if that could just get the fuck off my X page forever.
Pretty sure it's tailored to what you look at.
No.
There's other things too.
Dude,
like they
I'm
literally
kidding.
post 4
It's
pictures and it looks
insane.
all jumbled, but when you click it, you see the whole picture.
And there's an
There was a whole thing.
They're
There was a
making
whole
20
thing.
cents on it, you know. Yeah.
Geese doesn't. You don't have X, right? Geese.
Negative.
Yeah. So you don't know. But like, Big Cat on PMT was like there was a time like 2 months ago where Grok got big, and they're like, can you take this picture and put this woman in a micro bikini, and like it would do it, and like all whatever, all these comments and pictures of women in bikinis. And Big Cat made a great point. He's like, I just blocked Grok, and it was like in my head, I'm like, dude, I have X for us, for sports, and for video games. That's like what I want to go, and Punch the Monkey and Mudang and animals. But and like yeah, it's like you can't block all these fucking spam fake accounts of just posting over and over and over again of it's all just this sexual content, and it's like, dude, I want to know if we're trading AJ Brown. Like that's what I'm looking for. I don't care about. I've seen Ana de Armas. I know what Sydney Sweeney looks like. Good for them. Look great.
Well, and
I've
I'm
seen them.
I think
convinced
these are all-
X. Go ahead, Trev.
Well, I think these are all great points that we can circle back to the point of this movie in like the work that it took to get this story out and the headlines and everything. In today's age, there is no shot. You throw this story out there and you're trying your best to get it viral or whatever, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to hop on a podcast. You're gonna have to maybe hop on like CNN, Fox News, something like that. But who's gonna take it? Are they in on it?
And those dudes don't even resign or get moved in nowadays, man.
And you're not making money on it. All that work,
No.
all those hours that you put into the research and everything, like
It's like a game of telephone too.
yeah,
People are gonna like take that story and be like, "Ooh, let's just doctor in this guy into this story as well," and then it just gets convoluted.
Throw it in
and
AI. Throw
Yep,
it in AI
like-
and say that he said this or
it just gets
this
convoluted
images.
so bad.
I'm seeing so many AI pictures that are coming around of just like
Dude,
fake.
AI
stories.
is the
They're like,
future.
holy shit.
That's all it's going to be. It's crazy. But
Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. Go watch it.
Yeah, I'm guessing it ties to this. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's out in theaters. Go see it.
I might go pop in tomorrow. I'm going to take a peek.
I'm gonna read you guys. Yeah, go see it, guys. Honestly, I want somebody in this podcast to watch that movie and come back with
Yeah.
thoughts.
I
I'm
can
gonna
watch it.
read you guys. I think I wrote down every stat at the end of the movie. Over the course of 2002, it was published 600 stories, 249 priests and brothers accused of sexual abuse in Boston.
Just in Boston.
600 stories, 249 priests and brothers accused of sexual abuse in Boston. 2002 Cardinal Law resigned. He was reassigned to Rome, at one of the highest Roman Catholic churches in the world. And then it goes into the credits of these are the list of cities that have also had the same problem. Unreal amount.
I think it was 101.
I wrote unreal amount of scandals uncovered across so many cities nationwide. And then I put and question mark because I figured after that series of lists goes worldwide too. So
Mhm.
I didn't write down the number nationwide. Geese said 101. I didn't write that down. I didn't write down nations. I doubt they got them all.
No.
It's
I will
ignorant-
say
it's ignorant to believe this stuff is not still happening.
Oh, 100%.
yeah, I 100% believe it's still happening, but this
100%.
article did cause reforms within the Catholic Church of at least Boston to fully cooperate with investigations like this. So there are positive aspects of good journalism, obviously. But it's never going to stop the problem.
No.
Yeah,
and the families that are targeted in this movie are also never going away.
Right.
Those families are never going away, whether you are a separated couple with kids, you're a single mother, you're a single father, you are a couple where mom or dad had passed away, you are got yourself in some trouble. Like, those kids are never going away. Those situations are always going to happen.
It's probably honestly worse now.
And that's why I talk, I talk a lot in our podcast. I would like to think less in this one. It's just, I just have opinions that are just not, they're not PC. There's people that still, I can't say it, but it just drives me nuts, man. And that's why I apologize mid pod to Chris and Alex, because it's like, at the time I was not gonna apologize, but I wasn't arguing anything that you said specifically. It was more the story that this movie's based on really, really bothered me. And I'm not a frequent churchgoer. I'm not a frequent to a specific religion. I'm a Catholic. I was raised a Catholic. So yeah, tie me to the bad things that happen in this movie. I'm not living that life, but I have problems with these things happening because they still happen. And that's where the rating that we'll talk about here in 5-10 minutes about what are we going to rate this on Letterboxd and why this set a new standard for me is because of those points exactly. So that's my issues. I thought it was a great movie. I had problems with it, but I think it's all personal opinion, as we've talked about a lot, on how you view a movie based on a true story.
I think a lot of people will side with your kind of take of it affecting you a little bit more, and like your point of view of it, and making it more intense towards a like negative way of like just kind of like pissing you off and going, God, this is stupid. How do people get away with this? I agree with that side, but I'm also on the other side of like, it enhances my movie watching because I'm like locked in of like, I'm learning, I'm figuring this stuff out, and it's like, it's just fascinating to know. Granted, it does still piss me off, but like on my side, it like enhances it. So like for you, maybe the baseline would have been a 3 and it bopped it down to a 2.5 because it pissed you off or like whatever aspects you really didn't like about it. For me, it probably bumped it up to a 3.5 because I'm learning these things. I could spread the information of like, hey, like here's the, you don't think the Catholic Church is doing shit? Well, here's a perfect movie for you to watch to figure out like, hey, they are. Like if you're denying this stuff, here's a perfect example of boom, it's right in front of your face. So like I can totally see both sides of it being that way,
It's an unbelievable point because I do usually take the hat off of like I'm watching a movie. And that's what we've prided ourselves on, is watching a movie.
If it's not political, it's easy to do.
And I think that's where I fell short in this movie, is like I could, and I did, but at the end of the day, I couldn't, as you've learned from what I've said on this podcast, I clearly could not take the hat off of, one, I don't care. Like I do not care about, and this sounds disheartened or whatever. Like I don't care in a sense of like I was not going to seek this out. I do care personally about what this movie said, what happened. Sure. But like my personal beliefs, opinions, likeness, I was not going to care about this movie, but I do care about the meaning it brought and the story it told. It put me in a blender.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way to put it. Like,
you have every right to have. That's the best part about Letterboxd and doing these reviews. you have every right to make it affect your score, and it'll be your score. Because if you change your score because of those aspects, you're basically pleasing somebody else's side or somebody else's side. Like, it's a 2.5 for you.
Yeah,
And
right.
there's nothing I'm going to say should change it.
And I thought about it, and I did think about it. Like, I was like, I'm going to edit this. Like, this is bad, but I'm like, that was what I thought. That, like, I gave you my thoughts, my raw thoughts. Is it? And that's why I said it changed the scale for me, because if you look at other 2.5s or 1s or 2s, 3s, you're like, how in the fuck did Spotlight rank lower than this? Or how did Spotlight rank close to this? Because it re-identified, like, that is the exact middle ground where I thought it was a good movie and I did not care to know about the story. But I understand the impact and I do care about what happened. That's why I was like, dude, I'm thinking about this all wrong. 3 is too high. Like, the only middle ground we have out of 5 is 2.5.
That's fair. I think not to get philosophical, but to get a little philosophical with this podcast, and it may seem to you guys that we really didn't talk much about the movie itself, but the fact that it got us to talk about these things in this circle round of like how we rate movies and why or why not it should get an Oscar, why it's not, is exactly why this movie is what it is and why it sparked the conversation. Like, we could have went scene by scene and kind of went through it like we've done in the past, but you know, if you're listening to this, you watched the movie, so you should have seen all the scenes scene by scene. So any of your reactions should kind of warrant one side or the other. Either you may have thought this is terrible because it's not the exact same, you know, movies you'd usually watch, or you agree with Brendan, like, hey, like, this is getting kind of weird that it's constantly politically driven movies that are winning awards, or if you're kind of like anybody else, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it could have won it, could have not. Other awards are getting won by other movies because they deserved it or whatnot, but I don't know. I'm just thinking back of the last 2 hours that we spent. I mean, we talked about it for the last hour. We don't talk about the whole
thing. You know, it's about an hour, and we kind of went on some tangents, but do you feel that, are you locked into your rating that we talked about at the beginning, or do you feel that our conversations spur you to change that rating?
Are you talking in general or this pod exclusively?
This pod exclusively. Like, do you feel like, even though we went on tangents and everything, and pretty not deep dive, but we definitely dove into some of the concepts from this movie, do you feel that that's changed your score?
I don't think so. I think everybody, and this should go up for anything. Like, if you have an opinion about something, just because you have a good discussion doesn't mean it should change it. Could it? Yeah. Like, it could change my 3.5 to a 3 just because I'm agreeing a little bit more so with Brendan, but with valid points. Or, like, I'm agreeing a little bit more with you because, God, I really love the acting and they told the story really well. I'm going to go up to a 4. But in reality, like, I voted it a 3.5 because when I watched it was a 3.5, you know? I don't know.
Good point. Yeah.
I literally full circled that entire answer. But I'm just saying, like,
good question. I respect that you asked that, but you know,
that's my score.
So as a podcast, I think that averages to about a 3.
Kurt, what would you
go give score?
I was like right there with Geese, like 4. But it's gonna be hard for me to rate a movie a 5. I feel like that's just like
right,
astronomical, essentially. Like,
well, and if you gave this one a 5,
it's in a century. I'm gonna stick with a 4. And honestly, you guys watch Suits? That was my fun fact.
I know what it is.
Watch the whole show.
Did you recognize in the lawyer scene of this movie? Did you recognize that? I think it was the one where he's like, dude, I've sent you guys a list of names already. Like, he finally broke that elevator hallway. You recognize that from Suits? quite a bit. I don't have like
No.
the best picture.
I wish you could show me a picture because I probably would, but I don't know what scene you're talking about to a T.
I mean, it's been like the scene in Suits. It's there a
Oh,
bunch.
it's the shooting, not the actors or actresses.
Yeah, just the
lobby.
building that it's shot in. Like
I
this
thought
lobby.
you were going to say there was a person from Suits in this movie, and I missed it.
That's where I
Oh,
thought he
no.
was kind of going with it.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, and actually this building is used in a few movies. I think one was like Devil Wears Prada or whatever, but yeah,
that.
I was like first time I really noticed that because I don't think I've watched this movie since Suits. And then I saw them walking and waiting for that lawyer in the lobby. I was like, with the Leo DiCaprio scene. Like that's Suits, that's the lobby. And I don't know if it really is, but that building was used in Spotlight. Whether that was the same lobby, I don't have like evidence that it was the same lobby, but they did do like some outdoor shooting of scenes in Spotlight at the same building that Suits was shot.
You
So
guys,
popular building for business in the Northeast or whatever.
you guys been to Boston before?
Yep.
Go
Pretty
once
cool.
a year.
Pretty cool.
Boston's a great
sweet.
city. That's a great city.
Corrupt
Oh, yeah.
city.
Yeah. Old.
There was-
corrupt.
I think I can't remember what building that is. But if you've done like, I think it's the Liberty Walk, possibly in Boston, like it's just kind of this trail through Boston.
Yep,
And all
I
the
know which one
scenic
you're talking
sites.
about.
I think at maybe the first 30 minutes, I think he's walking with Garabedian, possibly. It's in front of one of these historic buildings. I was like, been there. Can't remember what building that is. It just kind of crossed my mind just now.
So 2 4s, a 3.5, and a 2.5. What does that average out to?
Right, 3.5. Right? Has to.
I think that's a 3.5.
It's probably 3.25.
Yeah.
That divided by 4. 3.5. Right on the money.
Why? We don't need calculators.
3.5. 3.5 for this movie. I mean, I disagree with it, but that's the whole point of us doing this together. Like, that's why we do it. And honestly, I'm grateful for the fact that I thought 3 was like, no opinion, liked it, but I think 2.5 makes more sense.
That's fair.
Like 2.5 makes more sense. So, awesome fucking pod, dude. This
Yeah,
is
it's
fun.
good. Very
This is a
philosophical.
This is a fun one. I think it ties into based on a true story, but very fun. I'm excited to see what we get next, but I think I know where I'm going to stand on the next movie, no matter what we get, which is tough. And I'm going to try to take the head off. I hope it's not based on a true story. But good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it because you probably aren't unfamiliar with the story. It just is not the movie watching I'm looking for. But for others on the podcast, it was. So that's why we do what we do, boys. That's why we do what we do.
It's a good Oscar pod for sure. We don't
Great
Let's
Oscar
spin that
pod.
wheel, Crit.
Pieces.
What's on the wheel? I'm gonna try to take one that I don't think is politically motivated. I'll go first. I'm at the top. Me, Trav, Geese, Crit. I'm gonna try to take one that I think is not tied to a hot button or a political topic. So I'm gonna go with 12 Years a Slave. That one can't be tied to any politics.
I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go with one that definitely would have won best regardless in Oppenheimer.
That's political ties, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Would've
should I
won
just
regardless.
should I just wrap it up with the King's Speech?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
Crit, what's your guess?
Let's do Parasite.
Yeah, he wants Parasite. Somebody wants Parasite.
First,
I'm pretty sure
promise you-
Burden's voted for it like 50% of the last two wheels.
I can promise you that one is also tied to some hot fun topics.
There
Spin
you go.
the wheel. I hope it's better. I felt bad for how much I kind of dogged this movie or rated it. It was good, but 12 Years a Slave gone, Parasite gone, Green Book gone, Shape of Water seems like something.
Hell yeah.
What is Birdman?
You're gonna find out.
It's
next
going to be
week.
Birdman. God damn it. All right. Well, Birdman 2014, 1 year before Spotlight. Let me give you guys a quick synopsis of the movie.
Oh, Michael Keaton, baby.
Michael
Let's
Keaton
go.
back to back. I thought so. Before I wanted to speak, I didn't
I
make
won't
sure.
complain about Michael Keaton back to back.
No.
I might. I
You
promise
put you
I
put
might.
Batman on the screen. I'm set.
Birdman movie synopsis. Don't nobody look anything up. Let me just read it to you and tell me if you think it fits the mold. Birdman 2014 follows Regan Thompson, a washed-up actor famous for a 90s superhero role, attempting to come back by writing, directing, and starring in a serious Broadway play as he battles his ego manifested as the voice of Birdman. And a difficult cast, he finds artistic validation but sacrifices his mental health. That seems doable.
Come on.
That seems doable.
Grand
That
Budapest
seems like an
Hotel
outcast.
is in that list of Oscars. Is that back to back? 2015, 2016?
2016, 2014. Or 2015, 2014.
Yep. Ed Norton, Emma Stone,
Okay.
Zach Galifianakis.
2016, 2015 Oscars, 2015, 2014 movies.
Yep.
I just reading that AI overview, I might have gotten Google AI, but I feel like we've got a chance here for this one to break the barrier of what we
That
think.
would be really good to get one that isn't to compare and get the
Yeah.
vibes. So huge.
I've never heard of it.
all
never
hail
seen
the
it.
wheel. All hail
All
the wheel.
hail the magic conch.
I haven't
Before I-
heard of this one. I've heard of the other Birdman where maybe I'm getting that wrong, but isn't there a Birdman where he's like has superpowers or something? And he's
There's a
like,
Birdman. There's a Birdman in the NBA.
There's a
I think
Birdman that performs with Lil
Chris-
Wayne.
Was that Chris Anderson?
Yep.
And there's a Birdman in Rick and Morty, which you're probably thinking of.
no,
Person.
that's Bird Person.
Bird person.
Jesus.
dare.
Before I get into the outro, can we all? I wanted to say this the whole time. Is this not the first time that my background just looks like it might be the wall behind me?
Yeah. It was good
Just
the
a
whole
bunch
time.
of bunch of canvas
Like it
pictures.
didn't. Yeah, I like the white wall and shit. Like obviously it's not real, but like it could be portraits of every person behind me.
I got caught thinking that a couple times.
It actually looks pretty good. I mean, most of the time my hat or my sweatshirt kind of catches, and it does. It probably does sometimes, but maybe that gets it to a 3. I don't know. I don't know.
People are saying it. People are saying it.
People are asking questions, and I'm not here to answer them. Birdman is going to be episode 3 of the Best Pictures Past series. 2 completely different movies. One based on a true story, one essentially based on true stories. It wasn't, but it's like telling the story of folks at war. But we're getting to Birdman, a 2014 comedy drama. So maybe a couple. Hey, Trav, if you remember, 6 Small Laughs might happen here. But the Birdman is going to be next. Michael Keaton making a run for his money and coming back for the boys. Emma Stone's in it. Zach Galifianakis is in it. Edward Norton is in it. Probably always going to have a pretty loaded cast when it comes to the best picture of any years past. So, never seen it. Raise of hands. Has anybody seen this movie? Birdman, Geese, ever seen it?
Oh, no.
0 for 4. Oh, 4 of us out of
I
the
don't think I've
4 have
seen
never
it.
seen this movie. So, I am going to do my best to bring you guys a butts in seats movie at the theaters by next week. I think we've been lacking on that. We did a good job. We had about 4 or 5 movies to talk about you last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Maybe last week we talked mostly about Netflix series and whatnot. But I'm going to do my best. Get out there, get my ass in the seat, watch a movie that's out in theaters. Want to hype you guys up to go see it because I do think at the end of the day, getting out into theaters is the best way to watch a movie. And at the end of the day, again, you get to pick the movie. So it's not like, at home you can scroll through countless movies. In the theater, you're paying money, or you're a member and you're also paying money to go see a movie that you want to see. So I'm going to do my best to go get you guys something. I hope the others on this podcast will. But by next week, I want you guys to watch Birdman. I don't see it streaming for free on any platform, so you're going to have to rent it. Or if you find something that comes for free, don't tell us about it. That's illegal. Don't do it. It's pirating. Don't do it. But if you do, happy to hear you guys' opinions. We want to see what you guys think. We want to see what you guys think about this movie when it comes to Spotlight, the 2015 Best Picture Award. But Birdman 2014 Best Movie of the Year comedy drama coming at you next week. I'm going to commit to GOAT. I committed to it probably 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen it because my wife, I'm going to blame her. Happy wife, happy life, they say. But at the end of the day, do what's best for you because your mental health only comes down to yourself. I'm going to see GOAT this week. I'm going to watch Birdman this week, and I'm going to come back with opinions on Birdman and a short snippet of the Stephen Curry movie GOAT. And when you guys sit your asses down on the couch or your recliner or your chair or whatever you got in your apartment, house, multi-million-dollar mansion, do not care because when you watch a movie, all that matters is your opinion. GOAT, Birdman, popcorn, extra butter. Catch you on the next one.
Extra, extra butter on the corn for me. Extra, extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.